I didn't like a single thing about this book. Half His Age by Jennette McCurdy. I was so excited for this to come out. I really anticipated it being like a 4, if not 5-star book. It didn't even get close to that. Here's why. So my main issue in this book was the fact that this 17-year-old was already way too aware of her situation and like the way that she thought and the situations that she was getting herself into. And so I didn't see any like learning or growth or realization from her. Even just the way she was talking and like the things she would think to me didn't line up with how you would think somebody in this situation at this age would think or act. We didn't get to like realize things about the character as we saw them in different situations. We were kind of just like told way too blatantly and obviously like, oh, this is why this character is like this because they come from this, and it was just very predictable and very obvious, and it didn't make me feel like I was putting any pieces together or like able to have interesting insight about the characters and their past experiences and what that has led them to. And then on top of that, I also had issues with the writing. I appreciated some of the witty remarks. I thought some were funny. I thought some were clever, but then they just started to seem like they were coming every 2 sentences to the point where it was taking away from the story. Same with the metaphors and the comparisons and whatnot. I have always wondered, like, if you're writing a book, how often should you use these different literary devices? And the answer is like, use them to enhance the writing, but not to bog it down. And I don't think I've seen an example of like too many metaphors and stuff bogging down writing until this. And then thirdly, the plot kind of went nowhere. I knew going into this that I would have to sit through some uncomfortable scenes, hear about really uncomfortable topics. I was prepared for that. That wasn't my issue. My issue was that it wasn't worth it at the end. Like there was no closure or growth or realization, anything that made sitting through like what you have to sit through worth it. It does have really polarizing reviews. I see people either rating it 1 star or like 4.55. I haven't seen many in the middle, so I'm curious to know what you think. And if you haven't read it, are you going to give it a go? What are your thoughts?